All right, Shalom. There's a brother Nahoya from the GMS Orlando camp. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasher Allah. And a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Aqua, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name. Rukai is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akyam is brothers. Akwat is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yasher Allah is Israel in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 22. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise also, he that is called being free is a Mashiach servant. All right, and I want to go into a lesson through the Spirit on the Lord's freeman. All right, because ultimately, you know, when I think about it through the Spirit, there's a level of fear that doesn't exist in the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. And what I mean by that is the same things that the world worries over, brothers don't have the same worries. Whether you notice that about yourself or not, you know, once you begin to go on this journey through the Spirit, the expectations of this world and your desire to meet those expectations disappears. That's a major fear that grips the majority of our people when you really think about it, but the rest of the world as well. All right, matter of fact, let's go here. This is Matthew chapter 6, and I'm going to jump down to verse 31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? And these are things that keep people up at night. Those same worries don't exist in the elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. As the Lord commanded us to take no thought for it. We still have to maneuver through this world through the Spirit, but there's a level of fear that doesn't exist in the elect because, again, through the Spirit, the Lord has freed us from that bondage. So being the Lord's freemen, we're servants to Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right, continuing, it says, verse 34, or Salakia, verse 32, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. And when I think about being the Lord's freemen, Lord, when we be a part of that number, we're separated from those bondages. The expectations of the world, all right, the things that most people worry about, they're not a worry for the hopeful elect. And there's a level of fearlessness in that. There's definitely a level of freedom, but there's a level of fearlessness. And when I say freedom, we're free from those bondages. You know, if Esau told us we were going to lose our job, it wouldn't really rattle the elect. Now, of course, we live in the flesh, so there's a certain level of the flesh you have to battle against. But ultimately, there's a lot of restraints and fears that we've been loosed from through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And that's a gift. All right, this is Joshua 1 and 6. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. All right, verse 7, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Now I bring this out because when the Lord is talking to Joshua, he's telling him, hey, be strong, be of a good courage. At that time, he was sent forth to divide the land according to our inheritance as the tribes. But the Lord is also telling them to be courageous. That if you serve him, you'll prosper in the things whereto you go to. You don't have to worry about certain things. And now we're going to have tribulation in the world, and when we prosper through the Spirit, it's going to be in spirit. It's not necessarily going to be being the wealthiest of the wealthy in this side of life. But what you're prospering in is the things that are intangible, the things that are truly priceless. You know, it's easy to take for granted how precious peace of mind is, man. Again, there's certain things that we don't worry about. like the world worries. We don't have certain things that bug us and keep us up at night like the rest of the world. And on the other side of that, the world don't have the fear of the Lord, man. And that's why it's a blessed treasure. Because again, when the world goes to naught, when the society begins to collapse, it's not going to catch you unawares. There's a level of freedom in knowing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, because you're loose from the bondages of thinking this fashion of this world is going to remain the same. All right, real quick, because I was meditating on it. You know, the scriptures continue to exhort us to fear not. But even now, in a lower state, we have a level of fearlessness to a certain degree. If you think about it, if you really sit back and think, that what does the average person in life fear? You know, some may fear a lot of people fear losing their way of life. All right, losing their way of making a living. Death, of course, plagues every man. But we've been comforted through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. So there's certain things that we don't fear the same way these people fear. I mean, and the reason I say that is because you're in the flesh, so you still have to have that war. You're still having that war within your members. Yet, there's a certain hope, there's a certain confidence that exists within the elect that doesn't exist in the average vessel on earth right now, man. All right, real quick, let's go to Deuteronomy. There's Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy power, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. It reminds me of what the brother Rukai says often. The Lord doesn't deal with maybes, right? The Lord uses absolute language. Will do, will not. That's why our confidence should be great through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, because our confidence is on a rock. Our confidence is invested in the power source who's undefeated. As the scriptures say, who have put their trust in Yahweh Shema Shai and have been forsaken? Who? Where? Even being faithful unto death. You know, I think about this often too, through the spirit. You know, we Jake, so of course, you know, you always meditating on the worst case scenario to a certain degree. The people in the world not doing that. So there's a level of fear that's going to catch them unawares because they've never been preparing their mind for things to go bad. Now, there's a balance in that because we're not supposed to, matter of fact, let's get that. We're not supposed to afflict ourselves in our own counsel. Meaning you're not supposed to be at the edge of your bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, thinking the worst case scenario and losing your faith as a result. That's off. Now, of course, we meditate on the worst case scenario and pray that the Lord give us the ability to go through it if that's what we have to go through. But we're supposed to have confidence in salvation, man. All right, Ecclesiastes 30:21, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. And you've probably been meditating on the worst case scenario for so long that you've already dealt with the terror in your mind through the spirit. Likewise, you have a greater hope because you know who's doing it. Even if you have to go through being a martyr, you know why you're doing it and you know who you're doing it for. Those are small details that are often that can be often overlooked by the troubles of this present world. How precious of a gift that actually is, and how you're really free in many ways that other people are not. You stand on the highways and hedges enough, you lose the care of what people think about you. Yeah, we're going to have tribulation in the world, but we have a peace of mind. It reminds me of a quote from Marcus Aurelius, right? If I may, Lord willing, if I may, So this is a quote from Marcus Aurelius. He says, the object in life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Now, in this present world, us having this testimony, we're looked at as insane, right? We're looked at as crazy. But there's a freedom in standing up for what you believe in that's not present in the current world we live in. There's a freedom that comes with that, man. And we're blessed through the Spirit to be free from the cares of what people think about us. To stand for integrity, to stand for Yahweh Shem Shai is a privilege. And as a service to Yahweh Shem Shai, being a servant to the Lord, you get certain benefits. And part of those benefits is the worries of this world and the cares of this world. We're free from those things. We still have to strive to the best of our ability to take care of our business. Yet, we're saved from a lot of these things in this world, man. From the things that trouble most people in their mind, we're comforted. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yashar Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.